Shakur Stevenson attempts to show receipts that something was wrong with him ahead of the Edwin De Los Santos fight, but it's not really received well from the boxing fans. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Let's talk about it. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Well. Things are rapidly changing in the boxing world. One thing is, perception can almost change instantaneously. Whereas you had a guy like Shakur Stevenson, and even though he won, people are cooking him for his victory and how he won the victory. And this is the kind of crazy thing. This is before the fight. He's pictured with Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, all amazing, talented fighters. So given the fact that he was with the quote unquote Black Avengers, that's what I'm calling them, the Black Avengers of boxing, pound for pound level guys, and he walked out with two of the other guys, he being the third, because Floyd didn't walk him out, but Terrence Crawford and Andre Ward did. People just expected more from the performance. Now, Shakur Stevenson recently has been kind of reduced to having to cop pleas on why his performance looked the way. So Shakur posted this. It says, "So much came with this life, but it is what it is. Heart, 3-division world champ." And it's a picture of him and his daughter, no biggie, right? Him with the WBC belt. He definitely doesn't look like they say a picture says 1,000 words. If you look at his facial expression, he just looks like, he doesn't look like a man, because this is after the fight. Obviously, he has a couple, red marks on his face, not many, but I could tell the little bit of swelling, stuff like that. And he has the WBC belt, which he won the vacant belt. But just look at his facial expression, and it just looks like that of a broken man, as if he's still like contemplating or like replaying the fight. He doesn't look satisfied. I mean, even in his post-fight interviews, he said he was pretty much disappointed, and he had to apologize to the legends that walked him out because that wasn't a good performance by him. So that's literally what this picture looks like. It looks like, his arms across. I've taken some classes and courses and stuff in psychology. Very interesting subject to me. And you could just look at his body language here, arms crossed. It's just if you want to open yourself up, if people are in good moods, usually they don't have their arms crossed. They don't have a scowl on their face, just common stuff. And this picture is showing that. So I don't think Shakur is truly happy with his performance. Yes, he still got the W. So he got these behind the scenes pictures. That's Floyd Mayweather right there. And then it gets a bit worse. So he signed this new deal with Reebok, and he's being endorsed, or he's endorsing Prime drink. All good things for his brand. You got the socks, the shoes, right? And the outfit was dope. Won the WBC title. But look at this. Boom. It says Thursday, 8:27 p.m. I don't feel that good, bae, but if I gotta jump in my bag and get the win, I'm gonna do that. And then he put, the smoke out the nose emoji. So we're to believe that this text message was sent Thursday at 8:27, right before his fight, and he's texting presumably his girl. But everything else has been blacked out and edited out or cropped out or whatever you want to call it. And this is all that was placed. Now, I'm not saying Shakur Stevenson photoshopped this. However, I am saying this is I have seen people do that with text messages where it'll be a celebrity like Diddy and it'll look like a DM from Diddy or Chris Brown or whoever, and they didn't really write it. Like they have like little apps and stuff so you can make it look like the iPhone text bubble. You can make it look like you slid in someone's DM and they responded to, like you could act like you slid in Ice Spice's DM and she replied with heart emojis or, whatever. So again, I'm not saying Shakur did that here, but what does this really prove? That's what I am saying. This doesn't really prove anything. At the end of the day, you are posting a message that is completely cropped out, blacked out of this alleged message that you sent to your girl, and we're just supposed to just buy this and take this at gospel. And here's the thing, you fought on a Thursday at night, Pacific Standard Time, and it says this was at Thursday 8/27. So this would have been right before you fought. So the point I'm making is this: if this text message was sent the night of the fight, just before you fought, because let's say he fought around 9:15, something like that. It says, "I don't feel that good, babe." Right? You not feeling good. What is that? Like, that could be attributed. You could be scared. You could be nervous of your fight. So there's many reasons that one wouldn't feel good, right? Like, you could not feel good because you're like worried about this fight or worried about him being the Southpaw. It doesn't really prove. I don't understand why Shakur Stevenson truly posted that, because it doesn't really prove anything. All you said in an alleged message was, "I don't feel good." I mean, does your stomach hurt? You're queasy. You're starting to feel a little woozy here, right? You're feeling woozy. And here's the other thing that makes this look bad for me is he's posting this as if it's vindication. Like, hey, I told you something was wrong with me. It doesn't justify the performance. Like, at the end of the day, you're not the first fighter who's had a headache, who's been sick. And when you talk incessantly, especially on social media, and you say you could beat Canelo and you'll beat Floyd in his prime, and you say these types of things, then yeah, people are gonna hold you to a high standard. You're already held to a high standard because you're a U.S. Olympian, right? And everything you said did not live up and did not compute in the actual performance. So you merely declaring, "I don't feel that good," doesn't really prove anything. And here's the other thing that's concerning is it says, "I don't feel good." So you not feeling good, Top Rank and ESPN and Bob Arum came out with pretty much the excuse bag and said that Shakur, something was wrong with his shoulder. Then ESPN, they try to nice it up on air on the broadcast. They said something was wrong with Shakur's hand. So it becomes, which one is it? Something was wrong with your shoulder. Something was wrong with your hand. You weren't feeling good. You were sick. You had the bubble guts. Like, people, at the end of the day, I don't think people are trying to hear that. And for me, I feel this like in my core. Men got to be alpha. They got to stand on business, and what they say they got to be congruent with. Shakur says he doesn't care. He even said this fight week before the fight. He says he don't care what people are talking about. He had to learn to live for himself and his family. He don't care. The media is a bunch of fakes, and they're going to criticize him when he beats Edwin De Los Santos. They'll say he's a bum, but that's not what people are saying. No one's saying Edwin De Los Santos is a bum, and the criticism is really pointed in your direction more than Edwin De Los Santos, right? And you went on this crusade against media and said all these things, said you're going to whoop him, said you're going to F him up at the actual weigh-in, and none of that stuff really played out. And now you're resorting to doctor's notes or text messages to, I guess, prove that something was wrong with you. But it looks bad when there's so many different rationales or almost excuses. Your hand, your shoulder, you're not feeling good. And again, to me, just being objective, this doesn't prove anything. We don't know if you really sent this text message. It doesn't say read and stuff. It's all masked out, like cropped out, right? We don't know what this is. Beyond that, even if it's true, even if you really sent this, there's many reasons why I don't feel good. You could if somebody's about to do a job interview and they're ill prepared, they're not dressed the part, they really want the job, they could send that same text to somebody. It's like, hey, I don't feel that well. Yeah, you don't feel that well because you didn't prepare for your job interview and you know you're not going to get the job, or you know you haven't put your best foot forward. So just merely saying I don't feel that well, to me, doesn't really prove anything, nor does it change anything. You saying you don't feel well, that's fine and dandy, but greats have not felt well. Since Shakur wanted to bring up the greats in Floyd versus Baltimore, many greats didn't feel well. Michael Jordan didn't feel well when he had the flu game of 103. Kobe Bryant has interviews where he said he had 103, 104 degree temperature and he still performed, and he probably got buckets. So no one really cares, to be honest. I'm not trying to be like harsh on Shakur. I'm just giving my honest thought. No one really cares about not feeling well. I don't feel well right now. Like, as I'm recording this video, it's 4 a.m. I don't feel well. I don't feel like, I felt like I could have got more sleep, but I'm still doing this video. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure fans, even of my channel, they don't care what it takes. They don't, oh, Ego had to wake up and, put out a video, or Ego stayed up, or Ego got a headache. Y'all just want boxing content. You just want to hear it. You want to know the latest and greatest, and you want me to keep showing that I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. You don't really care how I feel. And that's just being real with myself and being real with the situation. People don't care. Andre Ward fought Carl Froch with one hand in the Super 6 in a tournament. The I don't feel well, whether it's true or not, really doesn't pass at this elite level. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business and I'm out.